This calculator will work out your claim as per SARS's cents per kilometre tables if you received the travel allowance, or if you never received the travel allowance but need to claim motoring expenses. Remember that you need a detailed logbook showing mileage figures to qualify for a travel claim. No logbook showing detailed mileage means no claim. The first thing we are asked is whether we've kept records of expenses. This refers to a record of expenses like fuel, oil, maintenance, insurance, etc., as listed in the bottom left section of the calculator. We'll have a look at a case where records of motoring expenses are kept in a minute, but let's first examine the very simple case in front of us where we're going to lodge a claim against an allowance received for one car using SARS's cents per kilometre tables. We must enter the start and end dates for the use of this car. The calculator will indicate how many days in the year we used this car. We must enter the code 3701 travel allowance amount we received for this car, and we must enter the cost price which was on the windscreen when we bought it. We must also enter the mileage figures from our logbook. In this case, the car was brand new on 31st of March 2020 and the start mileage was 0. The calculator will show our deduction claim. The thing to remember here is that SARS will only give you a claim for business distance travelled. SARS will not give you 1 cent for private mileage. The fixed cost, fuel and maintenance cents per kilometres are built into the program, so the deduction claim is calculated and displayed for us. Let's have a look at these tables released in the Budget Pocket Guide. These are SARS's tables for the different car values, showing the fixed costs, fuel costs and maintenance costs. Now, if we select that we kept a record of actual motoring expenses, then the fields for expenses are now active, allowing us to enter amounts here. If you are self-employed, for example, never received an allowance and want to claim motoring expenses, then claiming a portion of your actual motoring expenses is the only claim option to you. Let's have a look at this option. Note that you may only claim either wear and tear or lease payments, not both. Okay, we've entered total expenses of $120,000. Now, SARS is only going to allow us to claim the portion of these expenses according to the mileage we did on business distance. Once again, SARS will not give us back anything we spent on private distance. Since the mileage figures from the logbook show that we did 25% of total mileage on business, our claim is 25% of the 120,000 Rand expenses. An interesting point here is that the car value makes no difference in this calculation for a claim against expenses. Also, if this was a self-employed or commission-only taxpayer who never received an allowance, then there would be no allowance received amount here anyway. The car value and the dates make no difference to the claim either, as our claim amount is based purely on our expenses incurred, and it does not matter if these expenses were incurred using a Rolls-Royce or a Mini. There could be an exception to this. The cents per kilometre tables we looked at earlier showed a car cost cap of 665,000 Rand. And any car more expensive than 665,000 Rand will receive the same cents per kilometre claim amounts as a car of 665,000 Rand. In the option we are looking at now, if we are claiming actual expenses for a car costing over 665,000 Rand, then SARS may moderate your claim.